Like, don't scrap it.
All right, are we up? Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2. Check, check, 1, 2.
Stream is still getting a quick update.
Yeah.
Of all the
Okay.
time to start a stream.
It seems that it is now up on the alternate stream.
Nope.
Well, it looks to me like I'm testing it's up on the alternate stream.
And I keep reloading the stream.
Stream. Ding. Oh, it's not on Stream Up anymore. It's on Ustream.
Oh, it is?
Yeah. It
Oh, great.
appears to be doing that.
I got to switch over now.
Yep.
Okay, alternative screen.
Yep. We've literally lost 20 minutes. Okay.
BTV, none another.
Ustream should be working now.
We're going to have to try this again.
Yeah.
Alright,
Alright, we're going to start in 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to our first official episode of MLP Projects Unknown, the show where we look into the minds of the artists, musicians, and public figures of MLP Friendship is Magic. Before we start, I have a few quick announcements. First off, I would like to thank Lackward on DA for making the show's art, including this main screen, the profile picture of the show on Ponyville Live, and the promotional banner for the show that also pops up via Ponyville Live. I would also like to thank you, the viewers, for tuning into our show. Today, on our first official pilot episode, we have Kuren247 from DeviantART, known most for his nearly countless pony vectors. With over 900 watchers, 61,000 page views, and over 1,800 art submissions on DeviantArt, Kuren247 is one of the biggest names in vector creation here in the MLP community. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you our first official guest, Kuren.
Hey, thanks for having me here, dude.
Awesome. So we're going to start out with the lightning round questionnaire. These questions will be simple with only 1 or 2 words required to answer them. Kuren, if you want to skip any of the questions, just say pass. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock and see how many we can get through.
Okay. All right, let's do this.
Give me 1 second while I pull up the clock right quick.
Yeah, it's 1 second too many.
Oh, okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1. First question, favorite main 6?
Pinkie Pie.
Favorite background pony?
Trixie.
Favorite MLP villain?
T-Rex.
Favorite color?
Blue.
Pen or pencil?
Pencil.
Glue or tape?
Glue.
Favorite day?
Wednesday.
Favorite month?
February.
Favorite school topic?
Reading.
Favorite type of pizza?
Pepperoni.
Favorite genre of music?
Classic.
Traditional or digital art?
Digital.
You got 11. That's a lot.
Split.
Awesome.
Awesome possum.
Yeah. So now that we have a baseline for our guests' interests and preferences, let's move on to the meat and bones of our show as we pick apart Kuren's creative process and delve deeper into his history with the MLP community. Today's topics are vectoring, ponification of non-MLP public figures, and facial characterization. My first question for you, Kuren, is when would you say you became an artist, and at what point did you join the MLP community?
Well, I started getting into the arts back in middle school when I decided to, at least try something. And, it was typical art classes. They tell you to draw a little bit of this and a little bit of that, with a little bit of scenery and all that stuff. And how I got into the Brony community is quite a funny one. I was just scoping around on YouTube, looking at video after video, see what sparked my interest. And I come across this one video. The video was titled Fluttershy Sings Pinkie Pie's Song. Now, this clip, it was a clip that was labeled new at the time. And I'm like, okay, that'll spark my interest. It was a cartoon, so cartoons have to be funny. I'm a cartoon guy, so I went to go and watch the clip. And the clip was from Bridal Gossip from season 1. I forget what episode number, but anyway, it was at the part where they were just getting ready to go and they got at Sakura's house, and Pinkie Pie, well, being Spitty Pie, tells Fluttershy to sing. And without a shadow of a doubt, as soon as when Fluttershy starts speaking, all I heard was, "She's an evil enchant," and I laughed my butt. I laughed my butt off because out of context, you just thought that this was a parody of a show. And just hearing like a manly voice coming out of a sweet little pony like that just made me busted up laughing for it. So I'm like, wow, that's actually pretty funny. And then something sparked my interest. I'm like, okay, I'll look it up to see what it is. And it said My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic. I'm like, oh, a little girl show. Oh, geez, this is gonna oh.
So how did you know it was a little girl show? Did you know about MLP before?
Oh yeah. Like what you see it like on TV most of the time, was Generation 3, being all bad and quotation marks very bad. and then when something like this comes along and it's just like it's brand new and you give it the benefit of the doubt and you at least watch something and you're like, wow, this is actually pretty good. The animation's pretty good, the writing's good, the characters are relatable, has real morals. What's there not to like about it?
Yeah. Were you teased at the point when you were watching it?
Oh, it tickled my fancy a lot with it. So I decided, okay, I'll at least watch one episode of it. So I looked up the first episode, which was Friendship is Magic, Season 1, Episode 1, the first two-parter. And, after watching that episode, I was like, okay, I'll watch Part 2. And then I started watching Part 3 out of spite. And then Part 4. Not Part 4, I mean Episode 4, and so on and so forth, until I got up to from where I seen the clip from. And I'm like, wow, this is actually pretty good. I actually like this.
Nice.
I actually literally like this. So I thought to myself, okay, I'm going to be the only person that actually likes this until I find out, oh, there's other people that like this too. Okay, I'll talk to other people and they like what I like.
Awesome. But then, when did you actually get started? Like, what grade?
Oh, geez. The grade, this was, like I said, this is back in middle school, and probably around,
it aired in 2010, I think, was the first season.
Yeah, and I was still in middle school before my last year in middle school before I went up to the high school.
Oh, okay.
And so, and afterwards, when you start getting more and more interested in it, you're like, wow, I want to be part of this. I would literally like to be part of this. So lo and behold, here I am today.
Awesome.
If it wasn't for that clip, I wouldn't be here today.
The Rainbow Step by Skrillex was the video that I saw. And
oh, cool.
The funny thing was I was in, I think, sophomore year of high school doing 2D animation. And,
oh, nice.
The professor was playing. He would play music while we were working on our stuff. He had some nice speakers, and I was like, "Wow, this song is awesome!" And I tried to figure out what the song was, and I'm like, "I can't figure it out." So I went up after class and said, "What was that song?" And he showed me with the silliest grin on his face, and I'm like, "Really?" Because here's Rainbow Dash flying around. And has awesome music and stuff, and I'm like, this is awesome.
It's great.
And I was just like, oh my gosh. But I was like, oh no, what have I gotten into?
You're like, oh jeez.
And it's like, I didn't watch the show for 3 weeks.
Oh yeah?
I think it was a week or so that I didn't actually see any more of it. And then a week later I was like, let's see what else is on there. Because this is clearly a fan-made thing.
Right.
And then 3 weeks in, I started, and it was like, oh, let's see. Episode 16 was the Rain Boom one.
Yeah.
And then 17, 18, 19. So I watched all the way up to episode 19. My parents would tease me about it, too, which is odd.
Well, that's quite expected of them.
Yeah.
Saying, you're watching a show that was for this target audience?
I know, right? Everybody, I don't know. There are people are really unaccepting of you at first.
Yeah, it's because honestly, because when they first hear the name, they're gonna think, "Oh, that's for little girls." But if they take the time to actually watch it,
Yeah,
then
but
they would fully understand it.
like you remember when Fox News did a thing about it, and it was like, ugh, these disgusting people.
Oh yeah, Fox News. Oh, the pish posh saying this isn't right. This is wrong.
Yeah.
Grown men liking this that are supposed to be for this and this and that, and it's like, dude,
Yeah.
did you honestly not see it?
They probably didn't. All they saw were
They just looked at the artwork and just said,
and
gross.
memes on
Yeah, pretty much memes, this and that.
yeah.
People that want to do so and so inside, whatever.
Yeah. Definitely. Let's
Oh, yeah.
not talk about that.
Yeah.
So moving on, what programs do you use to make your vectors?
When I first started making them, it was Photoshop.
Photoshop.
And and then afterwards, when I went up to high school, because at the time I didn't know there were other art programs besides MSN Paint, and then I find out about something that was called Inkscape, and that was like, and that system is like an unofficial sister to Photoshop, and so I got that, and I'm like, wow, this is pretty similar. So I've been using that ever since.
Nice.
And I would recommend it for everyone. Just give it a shot to see if you're liking.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I'm not gonna mention those names because I think they're trademarked, and I'd rather not have them on show. But here at school, I use a lot of Photoshop for my stuff, although I don't really post much anymore, unfortunately.
Okay.
Yeah. What do you think is most challenging when making vectors? What do you find most challenging?
As in when I'm making one?
Yeah.
The most challenge is, trying to come up for a pose for like a certain pony. Like say for like if I had a pony like standing, okay, how would it stand? Like how would it move in this way? And then after when you draw out, the lines for the body, then I would think to myself, okay, what character can I make with this, with this pose? And I just pull one, out of my head. Like I can say like Twilight. So I would just put in like, I would make Twilight and see where that pose goes there. And everything is like a test. I make it and I put it out there and see what everyone's reaction is. And for the majority, it's pretty good.
Okay. So for example, your recent one, the awesome tap dancer.
Oh yeah.
Tell us what went through with making that one.
Okay, Tender Taps here is a recent new character, and for the majority, I thought to myself, okay, you hardly ever see male colts small like that on their hind legs, and you only see them for like a few times. So I decided, in honor for making Tender Taps, I decided to make them into a cool pose like that, and so it was very difficult when making this pose, because I did these for the CMCs and stuff, and I had to think to myself, okay, how would a colt stand on its hind legs like that? So I started drawing out the lines, making the legs a little bit beefy so they can have like a boy stance, made the arms a little bit wider, and then so when I made the head itself was pretty cool to make, but it's just, I just find it awesome.
Cool.
It's just,
so what goes into like making the hair and the stuff like that? How do you get it down in place?
To getting the hair down in place, it's like there's like a certain way that the hair goes. Mm-hmm. For that, I look up at references to see where the hairlines go and where they would connect.
Okay.
With Tender Taps here, is that how that little corner piece that he has? Well, in the show, it has the same corner piece, so I have to try and replicate that, and making sure that the line is still consistent with it. Okay.
A lot of your artwork seems very it could practically be used for the show itself.
Yeah, that's sort of like that's pretty much my style. I try to make it show style, but also in my style. Like there are subtle differences between show form and fan made. Okay. Because I'm not trying to cross those lines saying that oh, this looks good enough to be on the show, because technically I like to have show canon look, but also keep it with my style.
Yeah. Okay, it seems like I would say your style is more smoother. Like, for example, the hoofs. They're a bit smoother, not like sharp corners.
Yeah, that's pretty much my style and how I do it. I make my hooves much more of a rounder shape.
Cool.
I think it looks cuter that way.
I think so too. So that what vector would you say you're most proud of making during your time in the MLP community?
For one in general, like this one, that one for example, Twitter Shy, that one was a fun one to do. It was just a simple one to make. It's one of my personal faves.
Which one's Twitter Shy?
Twitter Shy, she's a great friend of mine.
Oh, okay.
She's the one that's the OC owner of that.
The Shy Fly?
Yeah.
Ah. Okay.
Very cool.
This one's the one they're talking about. I'm popping it up on screen so people can see it. There we go. So you were talking about, like, for example, the delicious delivery one. I was talking to you before, and you were saying you had to look up some references for, like, saliva and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Do you want?
Yeah, because the saliva itself was was pretty difficult to do, because saliva is it's like a wave to it, and make sure the consistency of it. Because, of course, when I'm looking up references, of course, I'm looking at screenshots to make sure I get, how the saliva looks. And with this here, I just thought to myself, okay, if she's going to be slobbering, I want it to be close to the tip of the tongue. And if you look, you can see that big glob that's getting ready to form. And then I put the little droplets in with different forms, and then you just see a puddle. That's very cartoony.
Yeah, there's little dots falling down.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted that good old cartoony feel.
Okay. In terms of the sleeping one, did you make the background for that and everything?
Oh yeah, everything on that is 100% done by me.
Wow.
On rare occasions do I ever make a background to one of the art pieces.
It's very nice. So,
oh yeah.
I see that it's a request. Do you do any commissions?
People have asked me if I ever done a commission, and the majority I would say no. I've just been pretty much for requests and all. If I've been contemplating if I want to do commissions, but I'm still deciding on that. Until then, requests.
Okay. So if you want to, if someone here would want a request for their own OC made by you, how would they contact you?
Well, they can contact me through DeviantArt. That's where I spend most of my days for. And it depends. And if you want me to make your OC, I'll see if I can make it in my wheelhouse. And sure enough, I'll make it for you.
Cool. You've made quite a few ponifications of non-MLP characters, including Terry Gilliam, Michael Palin, Eric Idle, Graham Chapman, and several others. What goes into making a successful ponification?
Okay, for a successful ponification, it's all about the face. It's pretty much, how do you get a human face to go on a pony face? And for this one, I had the picture of the celebrity, and I had the pony body to work off of.
The one I have open right now is the Three Musketeers. No, not Three Musketeers. You know what I'm talking about, right?
My Three Stooge one?
Yes, Three Stooges.
Depends on which one.
I'm talking about the one in gray and white, gray and black.
The black and white one. Yeah, that one itself was an adaptation from one of the comics that had them make a cameo in it, and I decided to do more with those. And there will be more of that. That's one of my most proudest works ever. I'm an absolute diehard fan of the Stooges, and when I saw him in the comment, I want to do, and that just sparked my interest to make more with these.
Cool.
And and for this, I wanted to make, a typical, Mo here, the Mo pony, getting fed up with the other two. And so I decided to do a quick slapping of the face.
Okay.
And of course, I made the little slap marks to really prove the impact. And every time I look at it, I keep hearing the sound effect in my head. And so I thought to myself, what would be the perfect title for it? And I thought, You Lame Brains?
You lame brains.
Exactly. And this one here is obviously, well, you had that up, but it was.
I still have it up.
Okay. And so I decided to make the whole thing black and white, in typical fashion.
Mm-hmm.
Because really you don't see them as color at all. But yeah, that's one of my favorite works I've ever worked on.
Nice. Your colored version is also quite interesting.
Oh yeah.
Only one of them has a key mark though.
Yeah, that's also based off of the little comic scene of it. I was trying to replicate what I saw.
Okay. So
And when I saw that it had like a hammer, and as I was making them and I was getting close to completion, I sort of laid out what they were saying to me, what they were saying in my head.
cool. So what were they saying?
Like I was picturing like the curly pony here was like, "Look, fellas, I got my cutie mark," and Mo here would be like, "What's the idea of you getting the cutie mark before us?" and the Larry pony would be like, "Yeah, that's not really fair to have yours come first." Sort of like give a little.
I think one of them would be. One of them would get theirs first, and I guess it's all three
Yeah.
Stooges. So.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I
More will
s-
come later.
I see you've done some stuff of Wildfire as well. That'd be
Oh, yeah,
Sipsy's
wow.
OC.
Oh yeah. She's one of my favorite people ever. I have mad respect for this person.
Sabrina Alberghetti, aka Sipsy.
Yes.
Did she request it from you personally, or just a? Oh, it's a gift.
No, I do these out of gifts.
Okay.
That one is my most recognizable one.
Yeah, I've seen it in several places actually.
I
So-
just thought to myself, just Wildfire's overjoyed.
Did you get a reply from her?
Oh yeah, she absolutely loved it,
Awesome.
and that's one of the highest honor for me. For someone like that, and looking at a fan made something of their OC, and them recognizing it is really a joy to my heart. Really,
Awesome.
it's like that's a high honor.
Mm-hmm. In terms of the Ken TV show, actually, what was your favorite Ponyfication first?
Right now, my most favorite one is I made a Charlie Chaplin pony.
Charlie Chaplin. Interesting.
Except I call it Charlie Cloplin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Cloplin.
Charlie, I'm looking it up so that everyone at home can see it.
Right?
Charlie Cloplin. So, what are you most proud of it for?
I'm most proud of because I got the suit down. The suit part was the most hardest one. And plus, I wanted the character to stand up in its most typical form. And, of course, I wanted to add the little bendy cane, the bamboo cane in there to give it more of that feel. But I'm most proud of the face. I love how the face turned out.
Yeah, it looks really good, actually. Oh,
Thank you.
The hat, the hair, the little mustache,
Oh, yeah.
smile.
I absolutely love it, dude.
Yeah, it's very personalized.
I try to make it match the real deal.
Yeah. The Ken TV show has several cameo appearances of non-MLP characters. I would say the most notable would be Cheese Sandwich, played by Weird Al. There's
Oh, yeah.
some other official appearances, such as Jeff Bridges and John Goodman from The Big Lebowski. What is your favorite cameo from the show?
As for right now, the most recent one was Pulp Fiction, the Pulp Fiction cameo,
Oh yeah.
and
Oh,
I'm like,
nice.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like that was really cool.
I also like the. Oops, sorry, everyone at home. I whacked the mic. I think the Doctor Who's one from the Doctor Who series, episode 100, I think it was.
Slice of Life.
I just screamed my life out because when he had like the 22-foot scarf, I was
Yeah.
like, you were thinking,
I'm pretty s-
he looks like a scientist. Maybe he's a doctor, and then when he gets that scarf,
Everyone's favorite mark-out moments.
yeah, that scarf, you're like, oh yeah, he's definitely supposed to be Doctor
Yeah.
Who. So that was really
The
awesome.
only thing that could have made it better is that if they got one of the doctors for it.
Yeah, to actually voice it,
Yeah,
that would have been awesome.
at least that would have been great. A little call to the fans right there.
Yeah, I mean they did it with Weird Al playing Cheese Sandwich.
Oh yeah, if they can get Weird Al to be on a kid show like that, I'm sure they could have gotten one of the actual doctors for it.
Yeah, I mean especially since one of them is, quite a few of them are retired, so
Oh yeah,
you could just call one of them up, although it probably costs money.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure it would be that simple. Of course, they would have to see if they would do so, but that would be, to me, that's total dedication right there. That would be attention to detail.
Yeah. To Night Glider, what's the difference between request and commissions?
From what I can tell, commissions is where you have to pay for points wise, and request is, would you make something for this for free?
Yeah. Okay. What cameo would you want to have on the show the most? Any actor, just any cameo.
Oh my gosh, there's so many. There's so many to pick one, but
List them all.
the one, I would really would love to hear Frank Welker on the show.
Frank Welker played who again?
Frank Welker, most recognizable for playing Megatron and Transformers, the original one.
That'd be so cool to have like crossover of Transformers and ponies.
Or yeah, just make him have just put him as a villain or something, and have him make like a voice that's like similar to Megatron or something.
so like
That would have been
like a robot
would be-
pony or something.
more like like a standard villain, but have like a big name voice to come voice by. The other one I want is Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. I'm trying to remember. I don't remember the particular people. What do you play?
I can't remember the movie, but I remember the quote. It's like, "I will find you."
Oh, that's right. What would you want him to play?
Just as himself, really. Just like a standard pony in Ponyville. Like he comes on by, and just a cameo voice. Same way how like they did with Weird Al.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was interesting. Like, it's like Cheese Sandwich and it was Weird Al. I think that was one of the most hyped episodes ever.
Oh, I was happy. Weird Al is one of my favorite people. One of my favorite celebs of all time.
Here's a funny story. When Weird Al did his first ever concert, he did it at my dad's high school.
Oh, really?
Yeah, dead serious. My dad was listening to the radio and Weird Al was on there doing an interview, and the person interviewing him was like, "So where did you have your first concert?" And he's like, I grew up in Santa Barbara, or was it Santa Barbara? I don't remember exactly which one, but
All right.
he was saying like he went to a high school for his first concert, and my dad was thinking back and he was like, "So that's who that really weird concert guy was." And I was like, and then my dad told me, and I'm like, "What? Oh my gosh, that's amazing!"
I didn't even know it.
Yeah, and that was so awesome. And I'd love to have him on the show. Probably won't, but I hope.
Maybe one day, dude.
Maybe one day. Maybe
Never know.
Maybe I'll talk to him about his role in the show, and I hope he comes back on too.
Maybe one day.
Yep. I see another thing of Shy Fly here, so that's cool. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at some of your art stuff.
That's all right.
Another question. There have been many a scene in MLP where characters have made incredibly humorous, exaggerated faces. What faces are your favorites and why?
As for the recent ones,
Yeah, sure.
the one of them is "I'm not angry, do I look angry?" Rainbow Dash face,
Oh,
and yeah, the big one, and
yeah.
the other one is the from the Crystal Empire when Rarity does the Crystal Ponies, when she makes that face, and oh jeez, what was the other one? The from Fluttershy face when she said the joke. We went to the store and bought 2 cakes. She makes that face.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah,
trying to find. There's the I'm not angry. Do I look angry?
yeah.
Yep.
That one was a gift for Sibsy as well. I thought, and she said so herself that she said this is like it fits Wildfire so perfectly.
I think I actually saw it on I don't know if I did, but the Man Who's Burning the World show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I've seen several Sibsy stuff on there when Sibsy was actually
cool.
on the show. So they he takes art from different people and sometimes shows it up. So that's pretty cool.
Oh, sweet! I gotta check that out.
Yeah, you should check out his episode and see if it's true.
See?
I think my favorite one from like canon recent episodes would be the where Twilight and Trixie are staring at each other, and Twilight gives that smile, and I'm like,
oh yeah, I love that.
I was like, oh, that's
That was like a Mean Girls moment right there when
Yeah.
she does that little smirk. I'm like, dang!
dang. It's like wow.
It's like they still have this, rivalry relationship,
Yeah. I mean,
and I love that. Keep that going.
but it was weird because I remember the previous episode where she had the Alicorn amulet. It was wasn't she like super apologetic at the end?
Yeah.
And then we
And-
all thought like,
and
oh,
then-
she's
and-
reformed and everything.
Well, Twilight did forgive her. Technically, she did forgive her at that point. So
Yeah.
I'm guessing when she reappeared third time around, she sort of gave her the second chance, but she's kind of still has on that defense.
Yeah. And then I thought that name when Trixie was saying super apologetic something something show, and I'm like, okay, this is interesting. So
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think of Sunshine Shimmer? Is that what? No, not Sunshine Shimmer. Starlight Glimmer being part of quote unquote the main 7 now.
Oh, she's a good character. She really is a good character.
Yeah, but like the
like
whole main 7 now instead of main 6.
Oh, I don't know. I don't keep up with many of these brony drama things where if it's the main 6 or main 7 or not.
Yeah.
It's like if she's a good character,
Okay.
but as for this whole main, I don't know nothing about that. It's like all I know is she's a good villain plus a good character to relate to.
Okay. I have a picture up with your personal OC where it says, "I've been equalized today."
Yeah, that was out of random. I had a sort of thing for. This was around the time when the cutie map came out and equalization was all the rage, and so I decided to throw my 2 bits in and make my OC equalized. And I still love that face.
I think it's
still
amazing.
love that face.
It's like,
Like,
we've been
I've
equalized.
today. Welcome.
Welcome.
The hardest part of that was to get the smile down.
Yeah.
Because the way how I designed my head, I had to really think of how would my character smile.
Yeah. Tell me a bit about your the creation of your personal OC.
Well, the personal OC started out as a gift on a website of Ponaburu that was long gone by now, but at the time when it was still up. An artist by the name, she changed her username, but at the time she was called Yellow T Dash, and she came up to me and she said, "Do you have an OC so I can make it for you?" And I'm like, "Cool, okay." So I pretty much described how I wanted my OC to look, and I told her I wanted like an Applejack pose, and and every step of the way she gave me the updates on what the picture is going to continue to look like. And I'll say this, my OC now looks nothing like the OC that I started out with.
Oh. Did it have like orange skin and everything?
No, it was pretty much how you've seen it. It's just like a really tan body, more like an orange type body, and very dark brown hair. And I only had peach fuzz for my chin.
Okay.
For my chin hair at the time. And my original cutie mark was a film projector that said K.18 when I was still doing my radio shows.
Okay.
And then as
you did radio shows?
Oh yeah. When I was back up in middle school, I took a video arts class. And constantly I would do radio shows. I did do radio shows for all my 4 years in high school. And I got my degree for it.
Okay.
And of course, I would call my show, I would call it K.18, K.19. And I say 18 and 19 because that was my age at the time. So every time when my birthday came around and I was aging,
oh,
yeah, I would change it.
And then you were like, well,
I was like, I'm not. I decided, you know what, I'm gonna get to a number that I know I'm never going to reach. So I was like, I'll put the generic one in. I was like, 24/7.
Okay.
That was my radio show.
Oh, it's 24/7, not 247.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. I'm looking at your boop one right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. That's one of one of my funniest ones. I'm a boop your nose.
And he's like scrunchy face, cross-eyed and everything. He's got like the one hair sticking out.
Oh yeah, that was a request made by a good friend, Fire Jade of mine, and originally he just wanted his OC, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna surprise him. So I made my OC, and I decided to, do a comical one, and I'm like, the iconic boop.
It's like me. Hey Jade, I always wanted to do this. Jade, do what? Me, this picture above.
And then I put in a sound effect for a pretty much.
Your cutie mark, exclamation, or no, not exclamation. What am I thinking? Check mark with the light bulb. Where'd that come from?
Yeah. Okay. So the story behind the whole cutie mark before all that, of course, I had the original projector cutie mark, and I decided to change it because since I was no longer in a broadcast class, so I decided to think of a much more, an everyday one, and I was thinking of ideas. And so then it hit me, like literally it hit me. Ideas, light bulb. A light bulb goes off in your head. Or appears on top of your head, how like the original. And so I'm like, okay, light bulb. Light bulb means idea. And then as for the check mark, it means, okay, good idea.
Okay. I remember us talking about like your evil henchman clone. I was thinking light bulb with a X over it.
Yeah. Yeah, that could be that could be a good idea for, or should I say bad idea for making an evil me.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I mean, you've seen like how, pardon us for we're moving fandoms, Markiplier and Darkiplier. Markiplier is like an evil version of him. Imagine you having an evil version of yourself.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome.
I could see it.
Yeah. Although I think instead of like just a light bulb with a check mark.
A broken light bulb.
A broken light bulb, yeah.
Yeah.
And be like,
a cracked light bulb with an X on it.
And
terrible. Yeah.
And everyone follows his advice. Well, whereas you come in, you're like, no, don't follow him, follow mine.
Yeah, that could be for like a discorded self.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool. You could do a Discord self version.
Yeah.
So what are you currently working on?
Oh,
Oh, wait,
right now,
you got secrets.
I'm not revealing any secrets. A great artist never revealed his secrets, unless it's about art programs. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, but like, what are some ideas that you have? At the very
Like-
least.
Like for right now, I got a few ideas for making CMCs and for the Cutie Mark Crusader type styles, and the day when it comes when I reopen up requests or simple art trades of sort, and it pretty much like with the requests, it's like I gotta see what the character is, or the OC, what the OC looks like, and then once it gets approved, I make it.
Okay. You do a lot of couples stuff.
Oh yeah.
Are you mostly asked for by other people, or do you just like casually make them yourself?
Sometimes I get asked if they can have like 2 ponies or 3 ponies in there, and those take much more of a longer time to make.
Have you ever just outright just said no?
I tried not to say no. Like, I'm not afraid to try it.
Yeah, but like, has there ever been a request that you've been like, that's way too difficult?
For getting random requests.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's sometimes when people ask me, and I take it's not disrespect. I don't want to be disrespectful for it. It's just what's in my wheelhouse. What is something that I can do, something that I can easily do.
Okay. Among the couples pictures, which one are you most proud of?
Well, the other scrunchy face one was that's called I'm a boop your nose.
That one was your favorite?
Yeah. And the second favorite is the first time I did a male on male kissing couple.
Oh, I see
I'm
it.
proud of
Our
it.
Endless Love.
Yeah, I'm proud of that one.
This one right here. It's like one of them has like a eaten apple. One of them has the
Like I said, I'm proud of that one. That's my first time I did a male on male, and I'm proud of that.
This is my half of a trade with Madness Kishin Asura.
Yeah, I was part of if I remember, part of an art trade.
Okay. And what'd they do for you?
It just made my character.
Okay. I'm looking at the comments. It's quite funny.
Yeah.
Cute cake pony couples are adorable.
Yep. Of course, I would get some negative ones here and there. It was just like, well, to each of their own,
Oh, I see. Madness actually commented.
Yeah, and one added thing, I added the little leg lift in there. That's my little added.
The
little
this one on the
Yeah, our Endless Love one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I added the little leg lift as a little bonus. I wanted to do that because I thought it added more of the cuteness to it.
Yeah, and it adds dynamic to it as well.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have a dynamic picture going on.
Yep.
Wow, the music I'm listening to is super slowing down. It's interesting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And now it's speeding up again. Yeah.
Okay.
I need to close that up before I end up screwing up my live stream. Let's see what the next question is. Oh, in terms of making vectors, how do you exaggerate facial expressions affect the characterization of your pony designs?
Well, it depends on what expression I want to make.
Okay.
Like, if I want to make a happy one, of course I have to think of a happy one. And of course, if I want to go over the top, I make it over the top. And then sometimes I got to figure out, okay, what are my limits? What the do's and don'ts of making one's face?
Okay.
Like, say if I want to make like Pinkie Pie, for example. If I want to make her sticking her tongue out, okay, you've seen that how many times? But when I see it, I want to make it in a brand new way.
Okay.
Like you've seen it countless times. It's like, how would you see it in a different way instead of seeing the same thing over and over?
Okay. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break, and we'll be back
Okay.
with more questions right after this.
All right. Is it all right for me to talk?
Greetings, everyone. Welcome back. Hello, Kieran.
Hey.
Hey. So, I'm finally back. We had a
Welcome back.
quick break, and now we're all back for more questions with Kuren247.
All right.
Many people have requested vectors from you. Who are you most excited to make a vector for?
Sibsy.
Sibsy. Did she particularly request, or did you just do it out of the blue?
No, I did it. I did it out of the blue for her.
Okay. So what were you? Oh, okay. And who is most notable? I'm guessing Sibsy's again.
The most noticeable one is an artist that got me into the artist to get me into the art world.
Okay. And tell me a bit about him.
The artist's name goes by Levi or V Mostio. You might recognize it to Blue Dog Pup OC.
Okay. Oh yeah. Let me just see if I can pull it up.
And I want everyone to take note. If it wasn't for this guy, I wouldn't be here in the art world.
You said Levi something?
Yeah. It's OC Pup V. And I want to make this very clear. This is the guy who got me into the art world. If it wasn't for this guy, I would not be here today. Ever since I got into the arts, he is the one who got me into the art. I loved his work. I absolutely loved it. Everything that he made, in my view, was perfect.
Awesome.
Even if it was just sweet and simple, it was great.
Yeah.
And all throughout the years, I never stopped watching him. Even if I didn't make art myself, I dedicate my whole art style, everything to this person. And down the road, lo and behold, I get a request from this guy.
Wow.
I was freaking out. I was pretty much having a fangasm attack at this point. I'm not kidding. It's very cool to idolize someone that got you into it, inspired you to get into it, and then lo and behold, the very same person that got you into the art world is now asking a request from you.
Wow. It's Lovee.
Yeah, Lovey.
Lovey.
And the request that he asked me was to make a donkey OC. Of both adult and a youngin. And I worked hard.
Request Baby Jack and request Grown Up Jack?
Yeah. Grown Up Jack and Baby Jack. It
says it was requested by Vimoncito?
Yeah, that's the name. I could never pronounce it. I just call it V.
Okay.
Or just say Lovey.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, for
So
some
everyone
reason the picture isn't showing up on his stuff. Let me screen capture. Grown Up Jack. Look, it's very interesting because it's not like the Donkey OC that you usually see on the show. Has its own special design.
He wanted to keep it much more of a pony-like style, but also, make it more donkey.
And it has wings too.
Yep, you can say a flying butt.
When donkeys fly.
Yeah.
I get why his name Jack.
And
Jack
did it? And
Donkey.
I dedicate my whole life to this person, and this is how much of a fanboy I was. I literally noted this person, and I pretty much just went full blown fangirl. I was like, "Oh, you got me into this. You got me into that." It's like you inspired me, and he was like. And when I got the note back, I'm like, oh, he's very grateful. He was very grateful that he was able to inspire me to do so. And of course, I asked questions, about his main character, and he was like, oh, it's just a random character idea. And I'm looking at the request right now. That's like, it's like when I'm looking back on this right now, it's like, right now I'm looking at what it's up on the screen.
Yep.
And maybe someday I would like to remake that, and including for the little guy here. I know. When I look at this now, I'm thinking like, oh, the lines are a little bit choppy here and there. But you gotta remember, I was still starting out. Getting my feet wet in this art.
Yeah, it's really good actually.
So yeah, just trying to get your feet wet in what works for you, and I can probably say that, hey, I made my first donkey.
Mm-hmm. So it's really just about getting started.
Yeah.
I'd say. Otherwise, you really can't get anywhere.
Yeah.
Let me look up Vimoncito's art. He makes a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes when I make cute faces, there's small dedications to him.
Okay, he makes some MLP stuff himself.
Yeah.
Wow.
And one day I want to buck up the courage to, either I'll pay for something for him or request something. It's like I'm still waiting. You got to find the courage. Your backbone to it.
Well, I might be able to.
I'm so nervous-sided for it.
I might actually be able to get him on at some point.
Oh, sweet.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
And then I might have you on at some point as well with him.
Oh my gosh, fangasm.
You're welcome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Shit. I'd be like Rainbow Dash. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh.
Yes.
Thank you. Yes, cake.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like I dedicate. Yeah, If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be making art. I'd be stuck in some radio show.
Yeah. Well, I mean, radio show's pretty good too. That's what I'm doing right now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, getting more notoriety.
Yeah. Psh, radio shows. Psh.
Yeah.
But I mean, you're on my radio show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How about that?
Pretty cool. First episode.
Mm-hmm.
What would you say your biggest achievement is in regards to your art?
My biggest one is, getting better. You get better at your work over time. Make the lines much more crisper, make the lines much more clearer. Making them a little bit bigger. Trying different things and see where you can improve. Try what works, try what not works. See where it goes from there.
Making it more dynamic, because I see it's.
Yeah, I try to. Yeah, throughout my course of time, I try to be very, different throughout. Like one year I'll be making like a certain pose that everybody wants, and then I make another pose, and everybody wants that pose.
So it's like Rarity and her dress stuff.
Exactly. Perfect analogy right there, folks. Perfect right there. Exactly. Just like the dress.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's not the art of the dress, it's the art of the pose.
Although your stuff that you started with seems pretty good, actually.
The very first ones?
Yeah, the vinyl scratch one.
Yeah, those were the photoshopped ones.
Oh, okay. They look pretty good.
And fun fact, I did use my DeviantArt page, but I had everything in private because I was still in middle school up to high school, and it was just for my broadcastings. And then after when I graduated high school, I deleted everything.
Okay.
Just removed everything and, started from scratch and worked my way up, and here I am.
So all this stuff was after you graduated high school?
No, in between when I was still in high school.
Oh, okay.
So every time I was finished with a video project, I would make something in Photoshop for it. And then after when I left, I was like, well, what can I make now?
Okay.
And that's where I made, I call it my shit. I don't know if I can say it, my crappy years. I just put like photo memes up, and, I just didn't care at that point. And then finally I decided, you know what? I'm going to start up again. I found a program that I can work with, and I pretty much got myself back up.
I see your Ponyfied Hulk Hogan.
Oh yeah, the Ponyfication ones. Yeah, those are my very early ones.
Looks pretty good, actually. It's really nicely done.
Yeah, once again, it's just trying to get, what makes it look so close.
Yeah. It's pretty close. I know people are probably thinking, oh, it's Pony Maker, but it seems like you did some customizations of your own, too.
It's like I said, I was just trying to see what worked for me.
Yeah.
Like, of course, it is Pony Creative, but the way on how I was using it, I was like, the assets were there. I was just adding more to it.
Okay.
Because if the stuff that I needed wasn't there, I just made it myself.
Okay.
So pretty much I was working off of what was presented to me. And then when I was still slowing down with the Ponyfication, then I started making them myself.
Okay.
But the very earlier ones, that was Pony Creator. And then I just worked off of that. Yeah, they're pretty crappy, I know. But remember, still finding my feet in the water.
No, I think they're really good, actually. They very accurately represent them.
Yeah, right now.
Like if you saw them in the show, you'd be like, "That's Hulk Hogan. That's that guy. That's that guy."
Yeah. Okay, I'm okay. Up on the screen, you have all the train ones. Oh my gosh, that was old. Those are old.
Yeah.
That was, like I said, that a random year. That was my crappy years.
I'm looking at one with a tuxedo, looking sharp, 8-note.
Oh yeah, the OC owner artist for that one. That's a cool kid.
Nice.
That's a very cool kid.
Made
I
by
love that.
8
I love
notes.
that kid to death. I love that kid to death. He's good.
He does a lot of art.
Yeah.
Okay, let me check it.
He-
Oh,
he taught me. He taught me a thing or two.
Wow.
But anyway, yeah, just a lot of these arts have great stories behind them and how they got made and stuff.
Yep. So, Oh, here's a question for you. What was the most difficult art piece that you had to do?
Okay. The most difficult one was an OC that was a crystal pony.
Oh, yes, I know which one. The quartz?
Yeah, and the OC owner had an OC that was a unicorn, and it was
I have it up on screen.
a crystal pony, and the hardest part was getting the crystal look.
Hmm.
That was very difficult to do, because with a crystal pony, of course, there's going to be a lot of lighting and shading. Mm-hmm. So what I did is I made the pony first. I never added the color. I made the outline first, and then I made my own crystal look.
Mm-hmm.
And then I added the shine in, and then I added the hair and the eyes and the special eye shine in it, and then I just added more lighting and shading to it, and it was like it was chaos, and it kept getting me angrier and angrier because I wanted to make it look just right.
I could bet just how difficult it was.
And somehow I pulled it off, and don't get me wrong, the OC is awesome. It's very cool in itself, but making a crystal pony, I can say, for me at least, is one of the hardest things. Because there's so much layer after layer after layer.
Yeah, lots of layers, lots of work.
Yeah.
Among your own pieces, not of requests, what was your least favorite to create?
Okay. This is gonna exclude every OC out there. No OC is bad in my view, and the ones that I've made. This is strictly for my own. My most disappointed one was when I was still finding my feet. I made a Pinkamena Diane Pi vector at the time, and lo and behold, it was on a thunderstorm that I lost power, and I was midway done with it.
Is it the smile one?
Yeah, no, not the very cute but creepy one. There was a much more older one, and
no, I'm looking at it's page 66. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my most disappointing one because of the backstory of it. Is that when I had a bad thunderstorm and it made me lose power, and I was working on a big computer on it before I switched to a laptop.
Mm-hmm.
And what happened was that it corrupted the file for it. I made two versions of it, so if one file gets messed up, I had a backup, and thank goodness I had a backup for it. But the problem was that it was so corrupted, I couldn't get a transparent background for it.
Oh.
So if you look real closely, I tried my best at the time to crop it out.
Yeah.
To at least try to save it. So that's why if you look real closely, you're going to still see some white marks on where it was cropped, and I'm so disappointed by that.
Yeah.
That everything was perfect on it, and then that happened.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe one day, maybe I should remake it.
Maybe.
What do you all think? Should I remake this?
Everyone at home? Yes? No? Is anyone even here?
Maybe. Well, who knows? Maybe one day.
Yeah.
But one day. But I know for a fact I will make that at some point.
Okay. There's 5 minutes until our open Q&A, so
okay.
Start getting your questions thought of.
Yep, lay 'em on me.
Q&A in 5 minutes. In 5 minutes. Yeah, it was an interesting problem. They're commenting and stuff, so that's pretty cool. So actually, we're down to our last question. Do you own any MLP products?
Oh yeah, dozens of them, man.
Which one did you get first?
The very first one, everyone here might find humorous in this, but it's McDonald's Happy Meal box, and yeah, I ordered this. I legit ordered this.
I one time I did that same thing, but I said,
And-
"Oh, my cousins are over, and I'm purchasing
And
it
this
for
is the
them."
and this is the first one. This is the first time that they were advertising it at McDonald's
Mm-hmm.
when when the show was just starting out, and I still have the box. It's up on here on the shelf,
Mm-hmm.
and the pony that came with it was Lily Blossom.
Lily Blossom.
Yeah, it was like it's a little plastic figurine. It was like a keychain, and the only part that was brushable was the tail. Well, me being the person that I was, I opened it up and I looked at it, and I'm like, hey, I got my first two pony products in one. And now,
Nice.
to this day, I still regret opening that now.
Why?
And that I regret opening that little package now. I still have the original packaging inside the box, and the original pony for it is in my showcase.
Mm-hmm.
And then years later, I went to one of those flea markets,
Mm-hmm.
and they had stacks of ponies, and one of them happened to be one of the original Happy Meal toys, and it was Lily Blossom in package, and they had 3 of them, so I quickly picked one up.
Okay.
And I have it right next to the box, so you can say I have a complete. I have now 2. One's open and one's still in packaging. I think it's great if you have like doubles.
Yeah.
That way you can have one that's out and one that's in the packaging.
Okay. Is that your favorite product, or do you have another one?
Well, I'll always treasure it because it is my first product, but now I would say it's number 10 on my spot of favorites. I can't name. There's so many here that I can't name. Like so far, I almost have every single Build-A-Pony
Wow.
that's up on the shelf. Yeah, buku money. I have some of the Walmart plushies. Only a select few. Some of the. I think I have the very first season wave 1 of ponies still in package. And these were at a store called Family Dollar.
Mm-hmm.
Those first little small packets, and I have them up on my first shelf. And I think technically I have the first wave. I don't know if there was more,
Okay.
but I have the season 2 Royal Wedding, Chaos is Magic, and the Equestria map posters that were Walmart exclusives, and they were free.
Oh, wow. Nice.
Yeah, season 2 posters.
Cool.
And I got 7 Funko figures.
Nice. How much
And-
on average? How much total would you say you have in merchandise?
In money wise or in merch?
Merch.
I would say, I'm just tossing out a number here. I'm saying over 200.
Holy crud!
Yeah, I just buy what just sparks to my interest.
That's nice.
Like I have a bubble blower.
Wow.
An
think I
original
have-
Pink Eye bubble blower.
I think I have none.
And
I mean, I have some art
the-
pieces here and there, but none actually. Yes. How could a fan like me have nothing?
I would like to get some fan work plushies. Maybe I don't know if maybe someone out there that can get me in contact with a plushie maker. I would like to.
Could.
I would like to actually, commission one,
Yeah, I could get you in contact.
so I can at least hug myself.
Aw.
That's pretty much what my OC is. It's just me. I want to hug me,
Okay.
just me.
Just me.
Exactly.
Cool. Okay. Oh, why not? Someone's saying I'm not even watching the stream.
Party pooper. Come on, man.
Yeah, I know, right? It's so sad. Anyways, we're gonna open up the Brony TV to open Q&A. Please keep in mind that we are moderating your questions and may not ask every question. Please keep your questions show appropriate and please do not ask personal questions. So yeah, we'll be waiting for your questions and we'll just be talking back and forth about certain things while we're waiting for your questions. So how are you doing?
I'm just fine. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. First day of classes started today.
Really?
Yeah. The rambling homeless man on the side of this stream could be one of the most enlightened people in the world. I think he's talking about me. I don't know. I think is he talking about you?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Homeless man. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute, homeless man.
I ain't no homeless man. I live in a box.
Question for the Q&A. Kuren247.
Question for.
Would you try a different or change your art style? Would you try a different art style?
I would like to, you know, if I could try paper and pencil.
Paper and pencil? Okay. So like traditional art? Hello? Hello? Uh-oh. We lost contact with Kuren. Give us one moment while we wait. Ah, Kuren, you're back. Kuren? Kuren? Kuren?
Hold on a sec.
Okay.
Hold on, my mic stopped working.
Oh, okay.
Testing 1,
Yep.
2, 3.
There we go.
Coming in. All right, here we go.
Okay, it's working again.
I gotta hold it now.
Ah.
Okay, as for the question, would I change my art style?
It's like, that doesn't look like the style from the show.
Yeah, from the style of the show. If I would, I could. But I would try to.
I mean,
probably?
it's sort of your personal style. You just
I could see like a different personal style. I would you know, draw it out with a pencil and paper and try to work something there.
okay.
Like back in middle school when I took the art classes, of course I had to draw it with pencil and paper when I did my self-portrait. I mean, that was in my style. And then afterwards you drop the whole pencil and paper and you just go to digital.
Yeah.
Like if it like use alternate stream, folks, and stream appearance.
They're just saying use Ustream instead of this.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, you use stream, folks.
Ustream. No, me stream.
Yeah, me stream, you stream. We all stream for iStream.
Nice. When is StreamUp not having issues? Never. It's always having issues. But any more other questions? Questions. I have a founder and CEO of Ambit Networks here, business card. Patrick Mugler. Phone number. No, I shouldn't say that loud.
Yeah, can't give out personal stuff now.
Hey,
well,
everyone
this time
prank
it's
call
down
this
for
number.
updates. Well, this stream is not having issues. When is this? Yeah, maybe I can answer that one. When a stream is not having issues? When the issues are not issues, and these issues become a-choose.
A-choose.
Anyway, hi, Dusk.
Hi, Dusk. Usually doesn't have too many, otherwise it would be the mainstream. Oh, yes. Hello, Dusk, my director.
You sound like a different
Director
version
Dusk.
of Eric Idle.
Really?
Yeah, like a little bit. I could probably be the John Cleese.
Oh, yes, good day. That'd be very nice.
Hello.
Hello. Oh. Questions? Got any questions? Please give us questions. Questions. Ding,
Yes,
ding,
I would like to answer
ding
some
dong.
questions, please.
Bing bong ding dong.
D.
D. D. Got any questions? D.
That's the answer of life, ladies and gentlemen.
D.
D.
Answer of life? D. D D D D D D D D D D.
I mean, there are many things that can go with D.
Dusk. I don't really have too many questions. I just got on and stuff and to attempt to fix the problem. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. What am I talking about? I don't think Dusty's Canadian.
In a relationship.
I said cook.
Am I in a relationship?
Are you? Yeah.
No, I am not. I am in no
You
relationship.
are in a relationship with your work.
I am single and ready to mingle.
Yes.
Yeah, as he says, yeah, I'm in a relationship. So is it a no?
Is it a? If so, is it a happy one? No. I guess. Anyone got questions for me, Azrael? Feel free to ask me any personal questions, cause.
Or just many questions for me too.
Yes. Am I in a relationship? Yes. Is it a happy one? Yes.
Oh, what did I tell you? Yeah, so it's even a happy one.
Yes. How do you do?
My girlfriend, she said, come on over. There was nobody home. I went over. No one was home. No respect at all.
Wow.
If so, a happy one? Well, because I'm happy, Captain Love.
If
Uh-oh.
you- Oh,
Can't do that.
nope. Let's just rock out to the music. I wonder what all the emotes are on. How are you liking having a show on BTV? It's awesome. Oh my gosh, I am so happy. It took a lot of planning. I talked with Dusk at first. I actually got in connection via Ponyverse, and one of the admins of that show. And
That's fantastic.
that's fantastic. But I got in contact with Dusk, and I got a bunch of people from BabsCon who wanted to be on the guest list.
Ooh, that's gone.
And I decided, you know what, this would be awesome. Speaking of which, speaking of conventions, have you been to a convention?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
No?
not yet.
Not yet?
I'm s-
There's a convention.
I tried to go to one for the main one, PonyCon or BronyCon
Yeah.
in Baltimore. I legit tried to go to that, but they raised their prices on their plane tickets.
Yeah.
It's like it went from 50 to 70, and I was like, I'm not paying $70 to go on a plane, so I had to cancel out.
Oh, man. Well,
And I know there's
you'd also have to pay
plenty-
for hotels and stuff.
Yeah, it's pretty much money.
Yeah.
It's like I gotta find the money for it.
I went to BadgeCon this year. I've been to BadgeCon all 3 years, but this was the most expensive because I had a $300 room, basically like $150 for each day.
Yeah, I ran out of questions. We all do.
We all do, yeah. Feel free to have people poke at Omnicons on Twitter, since no one seems to know how to contact me. Yeah.
Well, I seem to know how to contact him. It's through his YouTube channel.
Who, Dusk?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah, Dusk, an Elysium Tale.
That's funny.
Sorry, Dusk. I had to. No hard feelings, dude.
Let's see, so what was I talking? Oh, $300 for room. Probably $40 in gas. No, not $40. $10 in gas. That was pretty nice. $60 for the convention. And then I spent over $300 in merchandise. I'm like, people are like, how on earth do you spend $300 in merchandise?
It's called robbing a bank.
No, spending $300, not getting $300. But I had $150 in cash. That was gone by the first day. Because I bought I bought a plushie for a friend of mine. That was $50 maybe. Whole bunch of art here and there. I went out to dinner. One of the awesome things about going out to dinner was I was with a whole bunch of friends. We had like 8 people around the table.
Right next, Glider, he just posted.
Right next to us was the voice actor who plays Princess Celestia. Dead serious. And
oh, nice.
Shoot, what was her name again?
Sunbutt.
Sunbutt. I don't think that's what her voice actor name is, but meh. Anyways, she actually got up from the table and said hi to all of us.
Oh,
and
cool.
I didn't realize that was her name, or that was who she was playing. So I was like, "Who are you?" And she was like, "Worship me," or something. I don't know. She was like, "Worship me," and I'm like, "Oh, it's you! Oh my gosh, I feel so bad, so sorry."
Yeah, I like the fact that some of the VAs, worship all these little in jokes we give them.
Yeah, I think it makes the fan show way better.
Yeah, it pretty much they're comfortable with the jokes, and they can also poke fun at the fandom as well. Was doing these stuff.
Yeah.
Like one time I've seen a panel where they had one of the voice actors for Vegeta talk to her on the stage.
Yeah.
And I found that funny. It's like saying Vegeta was all like, "I am the Prince of all Saiyans. How's it going, son?" And she just went up to him and just gave him a kiss on the side of the cheek, and I'm like, "Oh my god!"
Wow, that is incredible.
Like, in a strange way, Celestia just kissed Vegeta.
Yeah.
Vegeta's a Brody.
Vegeta, hanging out with little boys in spandex, I see. That's all right. That's all right. That's PG-13.
Yeah, don't worry.
Come on, questions, anyone? Questions?
Any more questions?
Any
Come on.
questions? Any.
I'm not verified. Well, so am I.
I'm not verified. What do you mean?
Yeah, Night Glider.
I'll just ask any question.
Come on, ask me anything.
Ask him anything. That's
Come on.
appropriate.
Pretend this is a Tumblr blog.
Yes, except not. Meh. Do you prefer music or art?
I prefer music.
Music?
Yeah, just listening to it while making the art.
Okay. I create music.
That's nice.
Yeah. So we have Night Glider in the chat. Oh yes, and Dusk, Director Dusk. The question I have isn't show appropriate.
Oh boy.
Oh boy.
Well, try to.
Can I do things
PG-13
to
it.
this particular person?
Try to keep things PG-13.
Yes.
Just add me.
Just add you.
Just add you.
Just add me. Sorry. I got stuck.
I don't know.
No. You want to talk about anything?
I asked you at one point, do I have any brony tales? Do I want a tail?
Sure. Tell us your brony tales.
Well, I don't have a tail.
Oh.
I am just human.
Oh.
But anyway, yeah, I got a few stories to tell.
Okay.
And okay, yeah, there's a YouTube link. Yeah, we'll find out later what that is.
Yeah.
I hope it's not Trojans or anything that's gonna kill my. Just click follow and it was it. Okay.
Oh, that's what it is.
I am one of the originators, one of the original people that was from a website called Ponabrew.
Okay.
If anybody remembers what Ponabrew was, it's basically what Derpabrew is now. Except this was the original. That site alone was my starting point.
Pony
And a lot of things. And a lot of things were different back in those days. This was like around 2012 where the fandom really hit its peak.
Yeah, I'm looking at stuff on it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Wow.
It's like, yeah, it's
Ponified this one. That's safe. That should be safe. Decide to give it a try. Oh. I don't know if that word is appropriate.
and
I'm looking on Ponybur tags.
yeah, see, Dusk, he remembers it. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. There was a website called Ponabrew, and it only lasted, and I think the admins of it gave up on it, or they couldn't afford it anymore, so they just dropped everything out of it, and we all had to migrate over to Derpabrew.
Well, I mean, I just want to make sure nothing bad shows up, but it should be all right. So I have a.
And
I'm on
this is how
Derpabrew and Ponybur tagged.
Yeah, and this is what I did on the last day before Ponabrew went completely dark. I took a screen cap of the front page, and it's on my DA account. It was I wanted to put it there so everyone would know what that site was, and I titled it "The Last and Only Screenshot of Ponabrew." And what's funny about it is, like, a year later, it got flagged.
Why?
Because apparently the small little pictures on the inside of the picture were some nudity and stuff.
Oh. Well, let me not search that up.
Yeah, there was just it's like you can barely see it. But it's like, okay, that's understandable.
Yeah.
But until then, I have like the only image left of Ponabrew.
That explains just how bad it was there. If like
No,
you
it
just
was
took a
good.
screenshot.
That's where I secondly got my start. It's like before I migrated over to DA. Because that's where I was making my stuff and
Pardon me.
Ow!
Sorry.
Ow! My ears!
Sorry, everyone.
Ow! I'm
Sorry,
bleeding!
everyone.
I'm bleeding! I'm gushing!
Pardon.
That's the whole new meaning of ear rape right there. Oh, I can't say that. Bait. Ear bait. Bates Motel.
The Bates Motel. What was your
Anyway,
favorite
come on,
thing about
people.
Ponybur?
Questions. Anybody, come on. I want to answer some questions. I don't care what it is. I'll answer it.
Really? Okay.
Not bad ones.
What is
No
your
person-
most favorite thing about Ponybur? Or was it?
The most favorite one was just talking to people, really.
So
It's
just
like that's
chatting?
yeah, just chatting there, chatting here, there, post something here, get a couple of likes on an image, and just move on with it.
Okay. I'm looking at Ponybur via Derpybur. So, how do you say Buru? Buru?
Buru.
Buru. Okay.
Yeah, I had trouble pronouncing it the first time. I thought it was Buru until someone said Buru.
Okay. Buru.
I think it's just mostly like a tomato.
Cartoons for girls. The G1 writers knew their target audience. Meh. It's not like we don't. Warning, in case of fourth wall breach, hug the pony. Do you remember that? Hello? TikTok? Crap. Oh, pardon us. Hello?
Oh, what happened there?
Things.
It's like we almost cut out there for a second there.
Yeah, that would have been bad.
We still rolling?
Yep, we're rolling.
Like I said, the question I have isn't show appropriate. Well,
Yeah.
Just ask
kinda-
any question.
just ask it anyway, and I will not say the naughty bits.
Yeah.
Find another. And it just went off air.
Shouldn't have. Oh, I really hope it didn't.
I hope it didn't. We have 51 users watching it, isn't it?
Well, let me check the, checking.
This channel is off air. Oh no. What did you do?
I didn't do anything. This would be
There we go.
horrible.
Now we're live again.
Okay, we're live again. We're live again. Hello. We're live again. Hello. Awesome. Okay, cool. So, any questions?
Any questions at all?
Still doing
feel
Q&A.
free. Dusk, do you have anything you want to say? Before we get a beatboxer in here? I didn't realize this was MTV.
Anyone? Anyone at all? Check, check. 1, 2. Check, check.
Anything at all?
Any questions? What is your dream job? Kuren, you answer first.
My dream job would be voice acting.
Voice acting.
Oh, yeah.
Have you done any voice acting stuff?
A couple times when I was doing my radio show, sometimes I had to do my own fake calls,
Okay.
and I had to think of a voice or something like I'll say if I want a cartoon character, I'm like, oh, hi, I want to call in and say once I want to request this song here.
It's goofy, huh?
Yeah. And sometimes if I want to do a macho man, yeah, I'm here to call in to see if you can play my music. Oh, yeah. Dig it.
Nice.
It-
That is awesome. Are you a fan of wrestling?
Oh, yeah.
Cool.
Straight up.
My dream job, which I'm actually working on right now, or trying to get, is doing sound effects for games, movies, animations, TV shows, bunch of stuff
You
like
need
that.
You need that one guy from Police Academy.
Police Academy?
Yeah, the guy who did all those crazy sound effects.
Ah, okay. That'd be cool. But I'm in my 4th year of college. No, yes, 4th year of college. So I'm basically a senior, and I'm very close to being able to do it.
There you go.
Yep. There you have it, Nightglider. Dream jobs.
Yeah, there we go. Dream jobs.
Dream jobs.
I don't dream.
Dream jobs.
I mean, I don't dream of jobs like in Steve Jobs. I don't dream of jobs, but
Yeah. I wish I was Steve Jobs. Wait, no, I don't wish I was Steve Jobs because then I'd be dead.
yeah, I wish I was Bill Gates too.
Yeah, Bill Gates is alive, so.
It's like you're my enemy. Oh wait, no, weren't they friends? at
They
one
were
point? No, I don't-
friends. They just
think
they were
so.
competitors.
Yeah.
But
Oh, yeah.
uh,
Anyway, anything else? More questions?
no, not at all.
Anyone? Anyone at all?
Okay, we're
Come on,
gonna wrap this up.
All right then.
The time is now 2:55. This concludes our show. Thank you to all our viewers. If you missed part of the live stream, it will be uploaded to YouTube and will show up on our official live stream page on Ponyville Live. Be sure to check it out. A big thanks to Kuren247 for being on our first official episode of MLP Projects Unknown. Any final words for the show, Kuren? Kuren?
I just want to say thanks for having me on. It truly is an honor for me to come on here and be your first person to talk to on your debut show. I wish nothing but the best of of you doing whatever you do in the future. Go out and do and be the best that you can ever be.
Okay.
I wish this show in good health. And apparently we got one
We
last
got
question.
one last
here
question.
before-
Okay.
If I could go to a Ponyverse, what would be the first thing I would do? If I can go to the Ponyverse, I'd never leave.
You'd never leave?
That would just be happy. That would be a dream.
I think I'd get cupcakes. That'd probably be the first thing. Although
I think Pinkie Pie wants you to be in the cellar for that.
Oh gosh. Oh no. Nope. I don't want to be made into cupcakes. Nope.
All right then.
Fudge.
All right, so I guess I'll catch you later, dude.
Well, I got some last few things to say.
All right then.
If you have any questions for the show or want to be put on our guest list for future shows, email us at mlpprojectsunknown@yahoo.com. Tune in next week with our next guest, Euponia, another DeviantArt user. He's an MLP artist in the UK who makes vectors, experiments with vectors in photography, and is even making an MLP-themed flash game. Because this show takes guests from around the world, this show does not have a set time. Please be sure to check the schedule on bronytv.net. Keep creating, my friends.